Hey, welcome. Mike McMillan here. Glad you stopped by. Well, today what we're going to do is show you how to put an opt-in form on your WordPress blog. And that's important so you can grow a list of subscribers and then send out emails and market either your own materials or affiliate products to earn a commission. Hey, let's get started, okay? Hey, this is Mike and welcome. So I just logged in my Aweber account right here, and I'm going to come up to Manage List. We'll need to create a list for your opt-in form. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll click on Manage List, and when this comes up, you'll see a button there and it says Create a List. So we're going to create a list. Now maybe you already got a list, you don't need to do this part, but if we're starting out, this is what you'll do. It says set up your list. There are just 4 or 5 things to fill out here. They want a company name. If you've got a website, you can put it in there. You don't have to. Very simple. It's 15 seconds. And then click on Save. And then what would you like to name your list? You can name it anything you want to. I could call it Mike's List of Cats or something, whatever. And then tell just a little bit about what your list is about. I'll just say news about cats. This is silly, but just to demonstrate. Click on Next Step. Then there's a confirmation message. In Aweber, they want you to have a double opt-in process, and so that just shows what that is. So we'll click on Approve. Okay, now we come up here, and after we've done that, we need to create a sign-up form, okay, that people can join our list with. They have a video that shows you how to do that, but I'll show you right now. So it'll say create your first sign-up form. This is a new list. I don't have any sign-up forms, so we'll create one. Now, there are all these templates. They have a bunch of templates. You can pick from any of these. I'm going to come up to where it says Popular. It doesn't matter which one I pick. You'll see why in a minute, but I'll pick this blue one right here. And down at the bottom it says Load Template. So that loads this in. This is what our web form would look like right now, but I don't want it to look like that. So I come up here. I don't collect people's names, okay, so I delete that. I don't want this blue bar at the top, so I delete that. And I'm going to delete the blue bar at the bottom. All I want is the email and submit button. I delete that, I delete this. This is what I want for my web form. I want it to look like this, okay? Now, when I do this, I don't know if this shows up, but this background is a gray color, and I don't want a gray color on my form. So I come over to Form Types, I scroll down to Body, and where it says Body, there's a color picker here. And you'll see that right now that's a grayish color, okay? And I'm going to move this picker around, drag it all the way up in the upper left-hand corner. Right here it should say FFF, FFF. That's the hex code for white. And now when we click on this, now you can see the background is white. Now there's one other thing, and it doesn't show up here, but Aweber puts a black border around your form, okay? That's the default setting. And I don't want that, so I'm going to come back up here where it says None for border, and that way that border won't show, okay? And once I've got that, click on Save, and right here there are advanced settings. You can look at those. We don't need to worry about that right now. And then go to Step 3. Oh, whoops, I didn't save my form there. Okay, so I'll save it right here. Sorry about that. So we want to come in here to List Options where it says List Settings, okay? And this is information we've put in, except, yeah, that all looks good. There's a confirmation message, and we saw this before. Okay, that looks good. The key part of this is right here where it says Confirmation Success Page. What you need to do is put a link in here to wherever you've uploaded your bonus product. If it's an ebook and it's on your web hosting account or whatever, you just type that in. If it's an Amazon account, you type that in, the URL of where people can access your bonus product, okay? So I'm just typing some characters in there, but you would put the URL in for where your product can be downloaded, where it's stored online. Okay, and like I said, I've just typed some characters in there, but to make this work, Aweber won't go with just some characters, so I'm just going to type Google in there. Okay, so it's got a link. But you would want to put in the URL for your bonus product. Okay, and I saved the settings. Now, What we need to do now is, let's make sure I've saved that. Okay, so what I need to do now is we'll come back up to the top for sign up forms. There's our sign up form right there. Okay, and I'll click on edit. And when I click on edit and I go to settings, we've done that. I'm going to click on publish. We want to publish our form. Click on I will install my form, and down here, do not use this raw HTML code. There's a reason why, just trust me, don't use that. Use the JavaScript code and highlight that and copy it, okay? And once I've copied it, then I can log out, okay? And now we're done with the first part of this. Now we need to put it onto our blog. Okay, so I am at one of my blogs, and in this blog, this is what I'll use. We'll put an opt-in form in here. You can see I've got a bunch of posts and things in there. We're going to put an opt-in form in the sidebar of this blog, and so I'm going to come down to where it says widgets right there. Widgets are just things that add different functions to your blog. And I'm going to click on the sidebar section right there and come down here, and I need to get what's called a text widget. We're going to put some text in there, and so I drag that in there and a little box appears, and now we have a text widget. Now these are things, I've already created the text I want, so I'm going to highlight the title for this little thing, and there's the title I put in. I'm going to click on save and visit our site, and when we do that, let's just see what happens. See the title over there on the right here? That's what we just put in there. So we'll go back to the widgets section and look at the WordPress widgets. Come back here and open up this widget box, and I'll come back into my text file I have. This is an image. This is a code to put an image in. I'll show you how to generate this. It's very easy, but I'll show you where I get that from in just a minute. So I copy that, and then down here in the text area, I just paste that in. Now I have to be in text mode, not visual mode. Make sure you're in text mode. Okay, and I paste that in there, and I'll come down to save. You need to make sure you save everything you do. We'll come back up and look at our home page here. And when we scroll down, there is my image. Okay, so we just put an image. Again, I'll show you how I got that image to put in there in a second. But so let's go into our dashboard, and I'm going to come down here to Media Library, where it says Media. These are all the images that I have in my blog that I'm using, and I'll show you how to put images in there so you can use them. But this one right there, that's what I just inserted. If you want to use an image, click on Add New, and then it says Drop Files Anywhere to Upload. Or you can select files off your computer, but just take a picture, an image, drag it in there, and then it'll show up in your media library here. So when I click on that, off on the right, this has been uploaded into my WordPress blog, and I simply copy that. I copy that code. That's the code for that image right there. So I'm going to come back in, go down to Appearance, go to Widgets. Whoops, I clicked on the wrong one. Go to Widgets, open up my widget block here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add that code. Now remember, you've got to be in text mode to do this. You can't be in visual mode. There's a difference. Let's see, I'll make sure I copied that again. And here, this is some text I want to put in there. Okay, and notice the B's, where I've got B's in there. You can put some HTML code in here. And this B with brackets around it means bold. Everything that comes after that tag, that bold tag, is going to be bold until I come to an ending bold tag. So I put in brackets with a /B, and that stops the bold. Okay, I've got another bold line of text down here, but I'm going to copy that whole thing, come down here, skip a couple spaces, paste that in. We're in text mode. We have to be in text mode. We'll save it, and let's see what that did. Okay, we'll scroll down. There's the text. Now notice, see the two places where I had bold tags in there? It made that bold, and it made this bold down there. So that's the text I want. I'm basically done. The only thing I don't have is my web form in here, so we can get opt-ins. So again, I go to Widgets, and when that pops up, I'll open my widget text area right here. And now make sure we're in text mode, because sometimes it comes in visual. You've got to be in text mode to do all this stuff. Now, look at this code right here. This, where it says division class, this came from my Aweber account. Remember when I copied that JavaScript code in step 3 in my Aweber platform site when I was in there? So I'm going to copy this. That came from Aweber, from the form that we created in there. So I'm just going to paste that in. Again, you got to be in text mode right there. And I'll click on save. And now, amazingly enough, let's see what kind of magic we worked here. So there we go. There's our title. There's our image. There's our text. Okay. And there's our title, our image. That's the text we put in there. And then look what's at the bottom. Here's our opt-in form. So if somebody types in their email address and clicks on submit to get this, remember in Aweber I put in the file, the URL for the bonus file. When they click on submit, that'll download for them. So that's how you put an opt-in form inside of a WordPress blog. Pretty easy, huh? It's all magical. It looks really neat. It doesn't take very long, and that's how you do that. Well, let's test it out. Visit your blog, put your email into your opt-in form, and hit submit. Check your email for the confirmation email from Aweber and click the link. The download will begin. Check the subscribers tab in your autoresponder and you'll see that you've been added to your list. Good deal.